We're excited for this chapel because we have the opportunity to highlight a ministry that's very near and dear to our hearts.
Summer ministry teams! It has been one of my favorite memories of being at SWU.
Every summer we send out multiple teams to serve as camp counselors, staff, and worship leaders at our camps across the country.
Our teams travel from Florida to Maine and even as far as South Dakota. My team was on the road all summer in places like Florida, Tennessee, and New York.
And last summer, my team got to serve at Victory Mountain Camp for 4 weeks. Each team varies in time on the road from 2 weeks to 7 and everywhere in between.
It has been a great way to gain ministry pastors all across the country.
During our time together today, you'll get a small glimpse into what our time over the summer is like. From the difference leading worship to the panel of students from this past summer, everyone involved has been a part of this ministry.
Yes, and as we spend this time together, we would love to invite you to join a team this summer as well.
The application is open now. You can access it on My SWU, click the community tab, find Spiritual Life, then hit Summer Ministry Team Student Application Form.
If you have a heart for Jesus and for students, we would love for you to be a part of the team.
Now as we kick off this chapel, let's stand and worship together.
The difference, we served as a worship team this past summer for summer ministry teams. I want to invite you guys to come up to the front and do some camp songs that we did all summer. These are some of our favorites. They're so much fun. So you guys come on down. We're going to be doing motions. It's going to be fun, I promise. So just come on down.
And while angels in his praises until the chorus.
Okay, guys, get ready.
The love that's the blood that brought me home, grace that brought me to the fold of God.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Grace that brought me to the fold of God. He died for me while I was sinning, needy and poor and blind. And he whispered to a shore, I found thee, thou art mine. Never heard a sweeter voice. It made my aching heart rejoice. Oh, the love that sought me. Oh, and that brought me on. The grace that brought me to the fold of God. 1, 2, 3. Me to the fold of God. Upon his grace I'll daily pause, sing anew his praise, and with all of wonder his blessings I retrace. It seems I days are far too short to sing his praise. Oh, the love that sought me. Oh, the blood that the grace that brought me to the fold of God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grace that brought me to the fold of God. Let's sing this together. Oh, the lights on me. Oh, the blood that bought me. Oh, the grace that of God. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grace that brought me to the fold of God.
All the saints and they bow before your throne. All the elders, their crowns before the Lamb of God and sing, "You're worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. You deserve the glory. All the angels, they bow before your throne, and all the elders cast their crowns before the Lamb of God. You are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and all things. You deserve the glory. You are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. For from you are all things, and to you is, oh, you deserve the glory. Oh, you deserve the glory. Lord, in this time of grace, God, we're so thankful to have someone to comfort us, someone to love us through absolutely everything we may be going through, everything that we may celebrate. God, let this time and this space be a place for day and night, night, light incense arise. Day and night, night and day, light incense arise. Day night and day, light incense arise. Day and night, light incense
'cause you are worthy of it all. You are worthy of it all. For from you and to you are all things. Oh, you deserve the glory. You are worthy of it all. You are worthy. For from you are all things, and to you are all things. You deserve the glory.
You carried the cross upon your back, bleeding until final breath, tears of blood, a crown of thorns. You gave it all, our sins you bore. Oh, there is no love. There is no greater love. What you've done, it was more than enough on the cross. What you've done, the power of your blood was more than enough. Sacrifice that changed history. The nails in your hands saved me. The grave was sealed, and death lost its sting as the lion roared in victory. Will change history. The nails in your hands, the hands that saved. The grave was sealed, and death lost its sting as the lion roared in victory. Oh, the cross, what you've done, it was more than enough. Oh, the cross, what you've done, the power of your blood was more than enough. What you've done, it was more than enough. For the cross, what you've done, the power of your blood was more than enough. Thank you for breaking the bread of your body, for spilling the wine of your blood. Thank you, oh my heart will sing forever. Thank you for breaking the bread of your body, spilling the wine of your blood. Thank you, oh my heart will sing forever. What you've done, it was more than enough. More for the cross, what you've done, the power of your blood was more than enough. For the cross, what you've done, the power of your blood was more than enough. Cross, what you've done, the power of your blood is more than enough. Thank you, eating the bread of your body, for spilling the wine of your blood. Thank you, oh my heart will sing. Forever we sing thank you for your body, for spilling the wine of your blood. Thank you, oh my heart will sing forever. God, we thank you so much to talk about our summers, to show what teams across the nation have been experiencing. God, I thank you for giving us this opportunity, and I thank you for opening our hearts to the messages and the stories and the experience together as we go through this service. It's in your precious and holy name I pray. Amen. You may be seated.
Well, hey guys. Good morning. I'm going to scoot this way so you guys have some room. As you see, there's a lot of people coming to the platform right now. I'm going to explain to you how this time is. Do you guys know our theme verse for the year? Matthew 9, verses, 37 through 39. It talks about how the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. And what's really cool about where we find that passage is what Jesus is actually doing when he says that. And so Matthew chapter 9, starting in verse 35, here's what Jesus is doing when he says these words. So it says this: Jesus went throughout all of the towns and all the villages, and he was teaching in their synagogues, proclaiming the gospel of the good news in the kingdom. He was also healing every disease and every sickness. Where Jesus stops for a second, he looks over all these crowds that are following him, and he sees this about them. It says, when he saw the crowds, he had compassion on them. Like, he felt for them. He truly did. And they were harassed and helped like sheep without a shepherd. And then he gives this proclamation to for more kingdom laborers. We need to go. We need to go to places proclaiming the gospel and getting up close to people. Jesus' ministry was a traveling one. He went all to different places, and yeah, he taught he got up in front of people. He got up on platforms. That's a piece of what Jesus did. To heal the diseased, he had to get up close too. And so a piece of Jesus' ministry is not just an up front piece, but an up close piece at the same time. And so we see that in Jesus' ministry. We see him in synagogues, we see him healing people. And a part of what summer ministry teams is a reflection of how Jesus. And so we see Jesus, being up on platforms and saying great words that really teaches about who God is and who Jesus was. But also he got up close to people. He understood them enough that he might have compassion on them and then shared this good news. We have the good news for people. What summer ministry team is. If you missed the announcement video, if you're like, who are these people who are sitting up on the platform? Summer ministry teams is a ministry at SWU where it's exactly what it sounds like, a summer ministry team. We send multiple teams out during the summer to go to different camps and serve at those local camps. So worship team members, they get to do stuff behind the scenes, be a part of prayer teams. As we go throughout the service, you're going to see a slideshow going on the side walls. Don't pay attention to it the whole time, but these are photos of time at camp that really happened, moments that were captured and times that were had. And so definitely take a look at those. I believe the summer ministry team reflects the heart of Jesus. And so these folks that are represented here, I'm going to have them introduce themselves, and then we're going to have a conversation. So I'm going to let them talk about their summers. But we want to highlight this ministry at SWU because how many of you have had an incredible experience at a camp of some? You went in, like maybe it was a sports camp, you like developed your skills, cool. So there's an impact that camp has on our lives where people are gathered together and they're expectant for something that's gonna happen. Here's another question. How many of you have seen a SWU summer ministry team at a camp that you went to? Okay, so we have some SWU summer ministry team people. Faculty, staff, like were any of you in places where you interacted with the summer ministry team, whether you were on it or, yeah, I see a couple. Yep, I got to travel this summer and connect with a couple of teams in my own traveling. But if you guys have seen the hands, if you haven't been impacted or haven't had that experience, this might be a really cool opportunity for you to jump in. But I'm gonna let these guys talk, and so I'm gonna have them share a little bit about their summers, where they went, what they did, how that impacted them, maybe some cool stories. Well, I might embarrass a few of them, if that's okay. Are we cool with that? I think I warned you guys a little bit. Okay, cool. So there's 3 types of teams in summer ministry teams. We have a rec team. Okay, we also have an NTS team, and I'm gonna let those teams explain what they are, and then we have the difference, which is our worship team. So those are the 3 different categories. So this is our panel. So here's how this panel works. There's 2 people from each of the summer ministry teams that we had this summer. So there are 10 people up here, 5 summer ministry teams, all doing different stuff, different places. So I'm gonna let them talk to you. So first, you guys cool with like introducing yourself? Because that's probably good. Can we do that? Okay, this is fun. We can be interactive. I actually have an order of this, okay? Because I have your photos. I put your photos to go on the screen. So can we start with Team Expand? Okay, where's Team Expand? Okay, hi. You can give them a hand. That's cool. Okay, introduce us to you. What's your name? What year are you? What team are you on? Where did you go this summer?
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Caleb. We were on Team Expand. I'm a senior this year, and we went to Rapid City, South.
My name is Ian. I'm a junior this year, and like you said, we were Team Expand, and we went to South Dakota, and there we are in South Dakota on the wall.
That's pretty cool. You guys like flew on a whole plane.
Yes, I got to fly for the first time.
That's awesome.
That was a really cool experience.
Yeah, woo. Did you enjoyed it?
I loved it.
Okay. Would recommend a plane.
Oh, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Plane, you can be there in 3 hours. It's great.
That's great. Okay, let's hear from Team Bloom. I see you guys on the end. All right, tell us about you.
Hi, I'm Reagan. I am a sophomore and served on Team Bloom. We traveled from Florida to South Tennessee and to Maryland.
Hey guys, I'm Alvaro. I'm a sophomore this year. And yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of Team Blue.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Yeah, you guys, we called you guys also the Southeast team, so they kind of like stayed in, if you lesson, you just got it. That's like the southeastern part of the country. I had to learn that also. All right, Team Refuge. Can we hear from you guys? Press the little red button on the bottom.
Good try.
Hello. Here we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. My name is Drew. I'm a sophomore at SWU, and I was working at North Carolina at Hunter Mountain Camp. What's up, guys? I'm Grady, and I was also on Refuge. Stayed at Victory Mountain for 4 weeks.
Go anywhere. You literally stayed at the same camp for 4 weeks. The camps came to you, pretty much. That's pretty cool. I'm excited to hear about that in a few minutes. Okay, now we have Team 412, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Hey guys, my name's Adam. I'm SWU. I was a part of Team 412. We're named after 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but instead set an example in faith, in speech, in conduct, and purity. And we traveled to a bunch of places. Indiana, we were here at SWU for a little bit, Oklahoma, New York, and Iowa.
My name is Alexis, and I traveled on the same team, Team 412. And like he said, we got to travel all over the place. We were part of the NTS team, which is a complete recreational team, but I think we'll talk about that in a little bit. And campuses and all of those places. So we traveled to all of the Wesleyan schools, so Iowa, SWU, Oklahoma Wesleyan, and we got to stay in dorms all summer, which is nice.
That's pretty cool. And then we have the difference. Okay, the difference. Tell us about you.
I was on the difference. Thank you. I'm just kidding. I'm a senior this year. This was my first time serving on SMT, so I wish I could do it again, but oh hell, graduating. We went a lot of places. We were in North Carolina, Indiana, Michigan. York.
Wow, that was a really good, like...
Thank you. I don't think that was in order, but okay. We were also in Maryland for a week, but that was because of reasons that maybe we'll get into, but yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Asa. Love you too, Taylor. Atsu, and I too did the difference. And yeah, it was the longest running one, and we went everywhere, and it was super fun.
Thanks, guys. Okay. Yeah, this is our team. They did an incredible job and got to travel to all kinds of different places and learn a lot of lessons. Okay, can we clarify team NTS and the differences? So one of the rec teams, will you guys, one of you explain what a rec team does?
Yeah, so NTS is a complete rec team, which means that we are completely behind the scenes. So NTS is a little bit special because we called Never the Same, and we go and we join with them and we help put their camps on. So for us, that looks like staying in dorms because we're doing it on college campuses every week, but also we're putting on the exact same camp every week. So we do all of the behind the scenes stuff. So we build stages, we ref games, we judge the talent show, which is probably the most fun. And we just do all of that background stuff. So it's a little bit different than camp counseling, but NTS's vision is they like to make sure that the youth pastors and small group leaders get the opportunity students, and they're not worried about making this camp happen. So that's our job. We make sure everything happens so that youth pastors and small group leaders can pour into their students and spend all of their time with the students all week long.
Yeah, that's great. What about a counselor team? So that'd be like Bloom, Refuge.
So as a counseling team, we get to live with our kids and spend time with them, devotioning to them, leading them. A lot of our entire deal is focused on them more than the behind stuff like NTS does. Do you have stuff to add?
That's great. Yeah, that's a great one. And then the difference, I feel like, is a combination between a couple of things. Will you guys explain what you guys do?
Yeah, so we were primarily a worship team. Most of the camps we did, actually, most of the camps we were both a counseling team and a the campers in their cabins, we were leading their devotionals like during the day. Sometimes we'd oversee like games. A lot of times we were just helping where we could, because we would lead worship usually in the morning and evening, and then during the day we were just at the camp kind of filling in.
Yeah, so you could roll up and be the worship team, or you could be at the same time as well, which is super fun. Cool, thank you guys for sharing. So there's some clarification for you guys about the different types of teams that we have, and they're also different weeks. So Team Expand, you guys were, 2 weeks in South Dakota, and then we had some 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, the different as well. So there's also differing times as well. Okay, let's get into, let's get into your personal experiences. Cool? Yeah, I want to talk about what you guys experienced. So a couple of you tell me, what was your favorite thing about summer ministry teams this summer?
I can go. So we were there for 4 weeks, and every night we got to worship with the kids, and that was just an unreal moment, because being there for 4 weeks and every single night you get to worship, and there's nothing better than that. So that was my favorite part.
I think that my favorite part was just kind of pouring into the kids. Camp has always just kind of been my jam. Like, I love that. And just like, I really saw the fruit from our labor throughout the weeks as people gave their life to Christ and accepted the call to ministry and stuff like that. So uh, bearing of fruit from the Spirit was just kind of really fulfilling and was definitely my favorite part. So.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite parts was actually traveling with the team because we were in the beloved SWU van, which we called the Swear. But yeah, I think the longest we drove was 15 hours, I'm pretty sure. So we were on the road a lot, and it was every weekend, like going back and forth. And it was exhausting, but one of my favorite parts was how much fun we had while we were driving. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You get pretty close, like when you're in a 16-passenger van with like 4. I guess there was 6 on the difference. Absolutely. There's a lot of cool favorite things. Like, thank you guys for sharing those. We also know that a summer traveling with people, jumping into different camps, different styles of worship, different places, different things that are asked of you. There's challenges to that. Sit here and say it's all like perfect, but I do want to know, like, what are some challenges that you faced during your summer, and maybe what did those things teach you?
I can go. Okay, for me, above all else, I feel like my identity was challenged. You usually have like a very strong sense of self, and then when you're put into like the absolute ringer that is summer ministry teams, the Lord really tests your faith, and I love that He does that because He stretches you thin, He runs you dry, and it's like He does this for such a purpose of only relying on Him more, only onto Him. And so for me, I was going through a lot of like health issues that I wasn't expecting. On the first week, I broke out into hives because I was one counselor to 20 kids, unexpected. And throughout the entire summer, it was just trying to navigate like, how am I going to get through this, and like with health. Also, on top of that, like out of everyone in the team, I was the only person who has never had any musical training at all. So it was also dealing with that like imposter syndrome of like, am I good enough to be on this team? Am I counseling well enough? Am I pouring out well enough onto these kids? So yeah, with all that being said, it was really challenging. Who I am, but I can say with confidence now that after going through summer ministry teams, that did not break me down into something that's irredeemable. It broke me down to rebuild into something that was absolutely so beautiful.
Yeah, that's great. Isa, I have a quick follow-up question. Like, how has how have you brought that into maybe like this semester, coming back into this community? Like, where do you feel like you're at from that?
So coming back from summer ministry teams straight into the semester, it was really hard for me, mainly because I did not have a single break. Immediately when I went home, I had a week wedding, which happened at the end of the week. Then after the wedding, I drove 10 hours back to SWU. So the transition was really hard. But when I felt like nothing at the time, at that season of my life made any sense, or I had a really, really glue screw, or like why I felt so tired, why so many things went unprocessed. The summer was a huge reminder of the testament and the strength of, like, again, like what I said, like your dependence on the Lord. And the Lord alone got me through that season of, processing and breaking down everything and being able to learn from everything. And yeah.
Thanks for sharing that. I just wanted to see how that connected to even when you came back, because I mean, we see that confidence in like how you've led us even today. So thanks for that. What else? What are some challenges that you guys face this summer?
This was the first time I was ever in like a leadership position, and being on summer ministry teams, you have to be an individual leader, specifically if you are a counselor. And that was something for me. I struggled with it first, and I had to really spend some time praying through, just saying, God, like, I need your strength to get me through. But I just need the Holy Spirit to move through me in the words that I say. And that's something that I struggled with at first, but I also grew the most over the 2 weeks I was in South Dakota, was my leadership, and just letting God lead through me.
The challenge for me was being tired 24/7. House for myself is hard, but me and you also had to run 6 to 10 miles every day. So we were running off like 4 hours of sleep maybe, and then you have to match the energy of the kids every day. So that was very hard, but we made it through.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I was at that camp for like 1 week with you guys, and you'd see them like running in the morning and then like jumping around. That's incredible. Any other challenges?
I got one. Personally, I think I always wanted to be a counselor. I grew up in camp, but when I got to, I think it was the biggest out of all of them, and I had to deal with middle schoolers. So middle school boys are like jumping around and stuff, off the walls, and I noticed that I was getting really tired, and I wasn't feeling very. And I doubted a lot my leadership skills. I'm not the most like exciting person or whatever, but I will say that I tried my best to just seek help from a different counselor, people from the team, every once in a while, just to kind of refuel myself. And I will say prayer helps a lot. Prayer and just asking God to give you strength. I mean, that's what I did, and that's what helped me.
Sure, I know it's hard to share challenges, but through the challenge, God actually stretches and grows you in that as well. And he knows that you can, and it's also you learning that you can at the same time. And so those are really cool lessons that I think I need today as well. I know you guys have talked a little bit about what God has taught you, but is there some aspect of God or some new experience or understanding of God that you gained from being on summer ministry teams this summer? I'd love to hear about that.
I can go. A lot since I've been home, and what I've always said, NTS is a super prayer-led organization. There's a lot of prayer that takes place before every camp. We would sit and probably pray for 2 or 3 hours just in a continual period, and I'd never done that before. I'd an allotted time just to pray for that long. And I think one of the reasons that the camps were so successful was because of the prayer and because of the petitioning that all the leaders brought to God. And so what I took away the most and what God showed me through the summer was the power of how important it is to talk directly to the Father. And it not only strengthens your relationship between you and him, but it also has a visible effect on our lives down here. So, yeah.
That's great.
That I really learned to trust in God from this experience. I never went to church camp growing up, so this was my first time going to a camp like this, and I'd never been a counselor before, never really been in that type of leadership position, and so I had to put a lot of trust in him because I really then had a lot of kids that depended on me, a lot of high energy kids that didn't like to go to sleep, and I like my sleep, so it was just hard, getting them to settle down at night, and kind of tested my patience a little bit because of that. But at the end of the week, I really grew close to my kids, and I time with them, and I was cheering for them, and praying for them, praying with them, and even crying with some of them as they realized some of the challenges that they were facing in their life. It kind of shed some light into some of the challenges I'm facing in mine, and so I really just came back stronger and understanding it's okay to trust him, and it's actually okay to give him the things that might be scary and you might not want to give him. And so I really grew from it because you don't think about it, and all of a sudden 2 weeks straight you're in the middle of Indian land on one side and army training camp on the other, and there's gunshots and screaming, and not just from the children. And so it's just you really had to focus in on the kids and pay attention to what was going on, and because I feel like I'm not a very in-the-moment type person most of the time, and I very much had to be an in-the-moment type person. I would have missed so much if I hadn't been focusing on what was going right in front of me, and if I hadn't trusted that, God could have opened my eyes, I just would have missed it. Came back home more aware of what was around me and more aware of what God was doing in my life.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. I know some of you want to, but we're gonna keep moving. Feel free to ask Megan. Do you really want to? You want to say yours? I know you really want to say something. Okay, cool. We got it. Your space. Here's a question for the entire this entire panel, and it's it's a nod head question. Can each and every one of you think of an experience this summer where where it was almost confirmed, yeah, this is why I'm here, whether it be a person that kid just trusted me to lead them to Christ. Those are real things. Have you guys could you all say that you've had an experience where you're this is why I'm here, this is the ministry that Jesus was talking about? Yes? Okay. It's incredible, the ministry that you guys get to do and how God has, you even said yes to this summer. He knew those students that you needed to be interacting with. He knew their stories. He knew how your stories connected to them. And he knew that you were the person that they needed. Now, he can do incredible things in many different ways, but it's cool that he thought of these teams. He thought of the summer ministry teams that have ministered to you guys in the past, who maybe have graduated or whatever might have happened. We also get to have fun, right? This summer ministry teams is fun. Inside jokes come out. Can I ask you guys about some clarity on? Is that cool? That maybe we all saw that we might need clarity on, which is great. Okay, so this one's gonna be for Drew and Grady. Can I ask you guys a question real quick? So I saw something really interesting, and it was you guys going down. Can you tell me what? Actually, I have a video. Can I just show the video?
Yeah, let's see the video.
Okay, can we show the video of the water slide, please? At the very end, can you guys tell me about that experience of your water slide adventure?
Yeah, well, right after we had to hop in the shower because the water smelled awful. And that was also the last day of camp, so it was 12 a.m. when we did that, and we were drained. We just kind of locked eyes. We were all right, we gotta do it.
I also saw some of your reactions. Can we show them those? I have those as well. Can we see both of their reactions to what happened after the water slide?
Drew, how do you feel going down the water slide?
10 out of 10 experience, feel great, smell bad, can't wait.
Grady, how do you feel going down the water slide?
I feel disgusting.
Thank you guys for your sacrifice. Grady, how did you feel?
If you could imagine spoiled milk and feet water, that's
And it looked refreshing-ish, except for the smelliness of it. I think that water had been sitting there all summer, pretty much, with students going down. Oh man. I also have another question. They say a picture.
Oh, great.
So I have a picture that, with our last minute, I just need some explanation for this picture. Can we show that picture of you? What is happening and why?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. So, as Alexis kind of touched on this earlier, there's an NTS talent show, and they invite celebrity judges to judge the talents, and I got the pretty cool opportunity to be up there and be Adam the Troll for an hour. That was pretty sick. To Nacho Libre. And so the whole time, me and Nacho Libre, he was being a little bit disrespectful, So we were getting into it a little bit, and we were a little going back and forth. And by the end, I just had enough, you know what I'm saying? So I might have underestimated his fighting mind. I don't know. Y'all can decide. But we had a little wrestling match, and as you can probably tell by the picture, I didn't win. So, yeah, I've had a better day than that one, but yeah, my back didn't feel very good for the next.
I don't know if that's a bucket list item. But we thank you for your sacrifice in it. So
It was awesome.
Thank you guys for sharing your stories. Thank you for letting me pick on you for a few minutes. Can we give them a round of applause for sharing? Seriously, thank you for giving of your summer. I'm going to pray for you guys. If you have more questions, if you want to sign up for this summer, Melissa said in the video, if you have questions, talk to these guys. Come talk to me, talk to Laura Hedden. But let me pray for you, and then you guys can get on the class. Lord Jesus, we praise you. I thank you that you modeled a ministry that goes to people, that brings a message to people, and that through summer ministry teams, we can model that as well. And so, Lord, students, everyone that has been on summer ministry teams, how you've impacted even students in this room who've had a summer ministry team come to their camp. Lord, for those in this room that are like, man, that could be really fun, Lord, let them step out into something new. And Lord, I thank you for the way that you have grown and shaped and molded us today. Like this that take the gospel and go to places where you would send with a message that you are so passionate about. Thank you for giving us your heart and letting us share it in this way. We love you, Lord, and we praise you. It's in your name. Amen. Have a good day. Go to class.